Right, Shalom. All praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Let's get it. Exciting times right now, man. You know, it's fourth quarter. 1 minute and 44 seconds left on the clock. YAHAWASHI with the rock. Esau Kingdom about to be brought down, man. I'm starting the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35. Verse 1, it says, Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. Now I want to go in Genesis chapter 36, verse 8, for clarification on who's Mount Seir. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 36, verse 8. It said, Thus dwell Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom, Khan, so Mount Seir is Esau, the so-called white man, the red man. Verse 2, it says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Khan, the prophets of the Lord, their jobs is not just to preach to the house of Israel. Let me get that real quick. Because we're supposed to preach to all the nations. This Isaiah 13:2. It says, Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exhort thy voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Come. So the prophets are on the high mountains, which is, Babylon the Great, preaching into the gates of the nobles. So we telling this devil, we're telling these heathen nations that their time is up, especially mainly Esau Edom, he have but a short time. We hear, the prophets on the highways and byways and on YouTube telling these devils that their time is up, their rulership is about to be brought down. Back in Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 3, and it says, Say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahawah power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Khan, Yahawah, he's against the wicked. The scripture says he's mad with the wicked every day. His arrow is ready, aiming to destroy Esau and his kingdom. So Yahawah is about to send a son, to bring pure destruction, to make this place most desolate. Let's go on Isaiah real quick. Isaiah chapter 34. I'm going to start verse 1. It says, Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. Come. So this, the prophets are preaching amongst all the nations, not just the Israelites, And it says, For the indignation of the Lord Yahawah is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them and had delivered them to the slaughter. Khan, this is future prophecy, because these other nations, they haven't been destroyed yet. This soon will happen on the day Yahweh shall return. And it says, Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. So a lot of destruction is going to take place in Babylon the Great. And it says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That scroll represents that nuclear mushroom, that cloud after the missiles hit, and destroy this place. This place gonna go up in a big cloud like a mushroom. And it says, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. And it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Let's look up the word Idumea. The Hebrew word for Idumea is Edom. It says red, Edom, Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau, land of Edom, Idumea, land south and southeast of Palestine. So, Idumea is talking about Esau, you know. It says, verse 6, the sword of the Lord YAHAWASHI is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord YAHAWASHI had a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Now we gotta look up Basra, because I look up the words. The Hebrew word for Basra is Basra, and it says a town in Edom. So yeah, YAHAWASHI have indignation and a lot of anger against Esau Edom. He's going to deliver them to the slaughter in that time when Yahushua return. He's going to make a big sacrifice. A bunch of Edomites about to be destroyed. This is all righteous judgment. Back in Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 4, it says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord YAHAWASHI. Malachi tells you, that day shall burn as an oven, and there's going to be nothing left for Esau Edom. After this place be destroyed, he's going straight to slavery, captivity, It's going to be a lot of mind digging and kingdom building Esau Edom is going to be doing. And it says, because thou hast a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. This is why Esau Edom got to be destroyed, because it's perpetual hatred against the children of Israel. Esau Edom been slaying us since the beginning of time. Esau Edom is our big enemy. It's a lot of blood on his man's hands. Let's get that real quick. So what goes around comes around. Esau Edom got to reap what he sow. It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8, and it says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. This devil got a lot of blood on his hands. He going around. He not even just killing Israelites. He killing other nations too. That's why all the nations are gonna come together and destroy this devil. That's through the spirit of YAHAWASHI. So you're gonna put the spirit on these devils to put in that work on Esau, Edom. Yeah, it's a lot of blood on his devil hands. Let's go in the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So this place can't be cleansed unless Esau Edom blood be shed, because he shedded blood. The scripture says that you will reap whatever you reap, you will sow. So Esau Edom gotta pay. He that lead into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Esau been in this sword for years and years. So you gotta pay. You know? Esau Edom be hating on the children of Israel, man. Bring that out. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 12. And it says, thus said the Lord, power, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and had greatly offended and revenged itself upon him. Come, you know, let's go on Genesis, because I got to go into why Esau Edom hate us, why he hate Jacob, you know. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 36, Slakia, chapter 27. I'm going to start at verse 36. It says, and he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these two times. Just going to the word supplanted. Salakia. The Hebrew word for supplanted is akwab. It says to supplant, circumvent, take by the hill, follow at the hill, assail insidiously, overreach, to supplant, overreach, attack at the hill, to hold back. This devil hating, you know. It says, as he said, is not he rightly named Jacob, for he has supplanted me two times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he take away my blessing. This devil hating, man. He mad because, Jacob got that birthright and also that blessing. But this all was predestined by YAHAWASHI. This is his movie. And it says, and he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine I have sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Yeah, Isaac, which is Yahawah had gave that birthright and that blessing to Jacob. So, Esau Edom, crying like a little bitch. I'm going to Slakia, verse 38. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, of my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Yeah, he's crying like a little punk. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. So Esau Edom was blessed with the earth. Job 9:24 says, the earth was given to the hands of the wicked. And it says, by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So Esau Edom was also blessed with the sword. He been using that sword, killing the Israelites, and also killing these other nations. But his real, he really got animosity against Jacob. I'm going to verse 41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning of my father are at hand. Then would I slay my brother Jacob. Gone. You know, this has been going on, Esau had been hating because of our blessing. So he been putting in that work on the Israelites. But he got paid for that, man. YAHAWASHI is going to recompense Esau, We're going to lay literal hands and feet on Esau, Edom. Soon come. Back at Ezekiel 25, verse 13, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do and Edom according to my anger and according to my fury. They shall know my vengeance, said the Lord, YAHAWASHI power. So literally, the Lord is going to put the spirit on the Israelites to beat Esau Edom in his head. We're going to physically put our hands and feet, elbows and knees on Esau Edom. Soon come. In this exciting times, this devil have a short time. We about to have a lot of fun. All the things Esau Edom did, he about to get double. It's the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11. It says, thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Scripture says the wicked shall not be unpunished, Esau Edom is going to pay for all his dirty work, all his wickedness. Got the whole world drunk off his false philosophies, and all this other fornication. This wicked man got to pay. It says because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast all full pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Esau Edom been killing the Israelites since the time Isaac blessed them with the sword and the fatness of the earth. He been putting that sword to use. Esau Edom been putting that pain. But guess what? Verse 12, and it says, but I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. That's the land of Edom. What's the modern day land of Edom? America. So this place about to get smoke and fire. This place about to get destroyed with fire and brimstone from the ICBM missiles and from YAHAWASHI and the holy angels. Esau Edom, you gotta pay, man. The Lord's gonna judge us, man, with fire. Bring out something else, one of my favorites. Cause this man have but a short time. He know it. That's why he's saying he about to show his teeth. He about to show his true power, man. All these mandates going on. He trying to bring the Vanessa, make it mandatory. That market soon come out as well. But it's exciting times, man. We gotta endure. Reason why it says in 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7, it says, they answered I and said, what shall be the part and asunder of the times? When shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? He said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first, held Esau. I want to get into the definition of Jacob. And it says, he'll hold a supplanter. So we got this devil. We holding this devil by the heel of his foot, And it says, verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginner of it that followeth. This devil have but a short time. His rulership, his kingdom, this society, this age, this world, this ion will be brought down by YAHAWASHI. And what's after? The kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of YAHAWASHI. And it's going to be reign. It's going to be ruled by YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI is going to take everything over. Everyone's going to bow down to YAHAWASHI. With that being said, Shalom, Kwame Shala, Abba.